Opening race was the 2-year-old handicap, and here's Star of Amiens.
Boy, Woodgate Lad and Go Home is Lamy in the leader. He's just in front of Kahana Bay as they start the swing for home. In third place, Tasket on the inside of Call Me Jekyll, and then bit of a squeeze. Pulled to the outside, General Giuseppe running on fairly well, and then As True. Well in the straight now, 350 metres to go. Kahana Bay loomed up quickly on the outside. He's vying for the lead now with Star of Amiens. They're locked together. They're going stride for stride. Duffy's the first to get anxious. He's gone for the whip on Kahana Bay, and Star of Amiens kicked away from him now. Star of Amiens about a length in front of Kahana Bay, then Call Me Jekyll and Tasket, but ridden along hands and heels. Star of Amiens going to be far too good for them in the run to the post. He's eased him right down in the last 50 yards, and he wins it in a trot. And it's Star of Amiens first by a length and a half. Second, Kahana Bay, and third, Call Me Jekyll.
Graham Watson is on the crest of a winning wave at the moment. We saw him winning there with Star of Amiens, a most promising youngster, Graham.
Yes, I think so, yes.
Well, you're apprenticed to his trainer, Barry Miller, over at Hendra. You ride this horse in all his track work. He's come to hand pretty well this preparation?
Yes, he's come to hand pretty good. He's been up now a while, a couple of weeks, and he's really handling the track work real well.
Well, he ran quick time here at Eagle Farm today. Were you worried at any stage in the run with him, Graham?
No, not really. And just after we turned for home, Kahana Bay came up along the outside of me. And I just clicked my horse up and it just proved too good.
It's natural to expect improvement with a 2-year-old going on from his first run from a spell. Do you think there is further improvement in Star of Amiens?
Yes, there's certainly improvement in him.
Well, Barry's always said that he reckons he'll get a bit more ground. He's certainly bred to. Does he relax in a race? A good horse to ride?
Yes, yeah, he spits a bit out good and just travels nice.
And what's the boss's plans for him now?
I'm not quite sure at the moment. The Triple Crown, I think.
And you hope you'll have them out in all of those big races?
I hope so.
Righto, Graham, all the best for that win.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, some of those big races that the boss has outlined for Star of Amiens is the Triple Crown coming up next month. He's a New Zealand bred, the winner by Bellissimo, and certainly a youngster of some promise. Watson was in the public eye again as the rider of odds-on favourite Todd Minor, the 6-4 on chance, in race 2, the flying handicap over 1,200 metres.
About 750 metres to go. Plush Lady with the advantage of the inside, just the leader. Todd Minor's out a bit wide on the track, and Ima Finito splitting them in the centre. I think that I have to Royal Crest on the inside of Some Unit around the home turn. Royal Crest running fourth, then Some Unit. Big Fern back last. In the straight now, 350 metres to go. The favourite's just got his nose in front of the outside. It's Todd Minor, Ima Finito and Plush Lady. They're locked together, and Watson's the first to get anxious on the favourite. Oh, he ducked in badly. He seemed to cannon into a runner there and almost came down. He's gone, the favourite. Plush Lady's kicked again on the inside just in front of Ima Finito. Royal Crest is flying home at the end. They hit the line. Oh, gee, this is close. Close, Plush Lady or Royal Crest. Royal Crest flew the last little bit. A nose away third, Ima Finito, then Some...
The winner was Plush Lady, trained by the Hat, Tommy Dawson Jr. of Show Joy fame. Plush Lady just held off a late finish by Royal Crest, who's been racing without success in North Queensland, but has really adapted to Barry Miller's training since returning. Todd Minor hung in badly, as you saw on the tape there, but a vet check revealed no abnormality in Todd Minor. Race 3, the novice over 1,200 metres. Here, the Northern Rivers trained Finito Star and Halison were the equal favourites at 5-2.
Followed by Arvac and Afro Wunak on the outside. Finito Star up into 5th place on the outside of Smart and Grand, and then Sovereign Duty and Juice Tasman Tom and Surf Sensation. 550 metres to go. They're running onto the home turn. Heels away about a length and a half in front. Arvac second. Halison's neck away third on the outside. Then Smart and Grand. Finito Star seemed to lose his position there. He's hard ridden, followed by Afro Wunak on the outside, and then Sovereign Duty. Halison swept up to go to the lead. 300 metres to go. He's about a neck in front of Heels Away, followed by Arvac, Afro Wunak and Sovereign Duty to the outside with Smart and Graham, but it's all Halison. 150 metres out. He kicked away from them. He's about 3 lengths in front. In second place, Heels Away, and then Arvac and Sovereign Duty down the outside, but by gee, he's pretty good, this bloke. Look at him go to the post. He's eased right down to winner by 5 lengths. It's Halison first, Heels Away second, tight for third. Tasman Tom at a photo with Finito.
And nearly seemed to street them, and he was most impressive.
Yes, he was. I was never really in any doubt of winning. I think he's a very smart horse and got a bright future.
Now you have a 100% winning record on this horse. 2 rides now for 2 wins. Just how good is he?
Well, good enough to go through his classes and win, I think, a quality race over a bit more ground.
And he seemed to handle today's task with consummate ease. You reckon he'll get a bit more distance?
Oh, for sure. He's still only learning how to gallop. He hasn't got really any idea at all. He does a few things wrong, and maybe he's a little bit shin sore, which is not helping it at all either.
So probably he won't have a lot more starts before he's turned out and brought back for another preparation?
No, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out, next start.
Well, Neil, it was really misfortune for Gavin Duffy that led you to the winning ride today and at the previous start.
Yes, the trainer told me that he'd been riding at work, and only through him getting suspended I got the ride. So I was very fortunate.
And since then, it's been all systems go.
Yes, I just hope it keeps on going.
Okay, Mel, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Halison seems an ideal type for the 3-year-old feature events over the Winter Carnival. He's prepared by young Bruce Brown, a son of former New Zealand trainer Sid Brown, who is firmly established at Warwick Farm. He trained the former champion mare Kister. Halison is by Halikas, who stands along with Carrascosa for Werner Quast at Greenvale Park Stud. His dam Amaryllis was a bargain buy, and she subsequently produced the winners to Halikas, Lofty Bear and Crawford. So she's really been a great broodmare. Race 4, the Cabora Handicap. Concord Stage was the favourite with Clever Me, who pulled hard, and Ripa Risk stood flat-footed in the boxes.
Solemvo has still got this long lead. He's about 5 lengths in front of Grand Grey, who's niggled along to hold his ground now. A neck away third, Clever Me on the outside, then Concord Stage. Back along the inside is Furia. Ripa Risk is last. This leader coming back to them pretty quickly as they swing around the home turn, 450 metres to go. Solemvo about a length and a half in front. Clever Me now second on the outside of Grand Grey. Furia on the rails. Concord Stage is joining in pretty quickly. In fact, he's raced up past them, and Ripa Risk on the outside is flying home now. And in fact, she's now taken the lead. It's Ripa Risk in front of Concord Stage. Furia's boxing on gamely. Ripa Risk the outside in front. Furia's starting to peg back this leader now. Ripa Risk in front. Furia's coming at her. Ripa Risk the outside. Furia the inside. They're going to the line. Locked together. They hit it. Ripa Risk by a nose over Furia, but by gee, there's nothing in it. It's very close. Concord Stage third. Clever Me fourth. Then Grand...
And, of course, Marshall stays with us today to review Sydney and Melbourne racing, including the Botanical Gardens Handicap, which may have unearthed the next winner of the Golden Slipper. Greater Queensland Racing, Marshall, and a beautiful pink cover today.
Thank you. A musk pink front cover, the January edition now on sale. Good on you,
featuring
Pat.
Pam O'Neill.
Right, race 4 was, of course, a close photo. We had Furia and Ripa Risk the winner. Winning rider John Walk had a few anxious moments en route to Ripa Risk going first past the post. The mare stood in the stalls. John, what was your immediate reaction?
Well, I was very dumbfounded. I didn't think she'd do something like that, but I did expect her to throw her head in the air. Well, she's done it all the time, and I was ready for her, but she just stood there and didn't want to race. So I was very worried at the moment. I had to kick her out and get her up there and hope for the best.
John, they just hacked along for the first 200 or 300 metres, and that gave Ripa Risk plenty of time to catch the field, and then she seemed to settle pretty well.
Yes, Master. She sat last. I just had a good sit on Fury and Concord Stage. I thought they were the two to beat, so I waited for one of them to make a move, and Concord Stage was the first to go, so I said I'll follow him and just work it from there. And she sprinted home very well. She sprinted, then she just plodded the last bit, which I got very worried about.
John, I've always been wondered the reaction of a jockey when you're riding back in a field in one of these distance races, and a tearaway such as Solemvo gets 8 or 10 in front. What are your thoughts?
Well, you think, is he going to stop or is he going to keep going? But I thought he'd stop. It's normal for him to stop. He did stop the other day, so I said he'll stop again today, hopefully.
And that's the way it worked out. More wins in store for Ripa Risk, you reckon?
There's plenty in store for her, yeah.
All right, John, all the best, and we hope your winning sequence continues. You've only been back from injury for a couple of weeks, so all the best in the future.
Thank you.
Race 5, the Graduation Stakes, and here Mr. Hunter and Test Ruler shared favouritism in an open betting race.
By Mr. Hunter, who's covering El Commodore, and then another Bletch going forward on the outside of Gerald Road. Further back then, Test Ruler, who's picking up ground. Big Con next on the outside, and then Comma Golden Barker's second last, Saints Alive, Century Glove at the rear. 600 metres left to go. Manor Born still doing it pretty easily out in front. He's a couple of lengths clear as they run onto the corner. Rangamack is now second, then My Flyer, followed by another Bletch, and Mr. Hunter on the outside with Lady Ivel coming into it with a strong run. Flattening for the run end now, 400 metres to go. Manor Born a length and a half in front of My Flyer. Mr. Hunter has now popped the big question. He's running on strongly on the outside. Gerald Road next, and then Lady Ivel and Test Ruler. Manor Born in front, but here's Mr. Hunter. He's finishing brilliantly on the outside, and with 200 metres to go, he's swept up to go to the lead. Gerald Road running on strongly, and then Test Ruler. Mr. Hunter in front. Pelling's gone for the whip. He's riding him hard, and he looks as though he's going to win it. He's about a length and a half in front of Gerald Road. Yes, he's too good as they hit the line. He wins it by almost 2 lengths. Mr. Hunter first. Mr. Hunter has beaten Gerald Road, and Manor Born has finished third.
And the bush-trained Mr. Hunter was too slick for the city slickers. The country cousin won again. He's won 3 of his past 5 starts. He's prepared at Cecil Plains by John Hearn, who had great success with the mare Connor Lady. Race 6, the novice handicap, 1,200 metres. Pacific, Plum, My Harris and Dusty Schumer were favourites.
Principal Asset about 5th on the inside, then Sky Pip. Special Hits caught out a little bit wide at the moment. Taj Ruler over on the inside, and then My Harris, Grecian Van Hard-ridden Hunky Dory at the rear. Coming onto the home turn with 500 metres to go. Pacific Plum the leader, about a length in front of Dusty Dusty Summer. Dusty Summer has the advantage of the inside. Captain Lou's a length away third, followed by Rigo Gold on the outside, and then Principal Asset. Taj Ruler's next on the rails, and to the outside, My Harass is finishing fairly well. 300 metres left to go. And Pacific Plum has kicked right away from them, about 3 lengths in front. Captain Lou running on fairly well. Taj Ruler down the outside with a strong run. Pacific Plum's nicely clear. 100 metres left to go. Taj Ruler's making ground quickly on the outside. Pacific Plum in front. Taj Ruler's flying on the outside. Pacific Plum, Taj Ruler. Taj Ruler swamps Pacific Plum and has got up to win it. Taj Ruler's won it from Pacific Plum. Tight for third. It's between Grecian Vale and Captain Lou. Next in Principal.
Shane Scriven, there would have been a hard luck story had Taj Ruler not been first past the post. What actually happened, Shane?
Well, getting to the turn, I got blocked in on the rail, Marshall, and there was nowhere to go until about the last 250 metres, where we barged our way out, and then it was all over.
It was a bit tight there for a minute?
It was there for a little while, yes.
Shane, he seems to appreciate the wide open spaces of Eagle Farm a bit more than Doomben.
He certainly does, yes. He's a difficult horse to ride. You've got to get him out where there's nothing around him. That's why I thought he might have got beaten today, where he did get blocked up, but once I did get him out, he put pay to him in one stride.
Shane, you've formed a terrific association with Des Burns, the trainer of Taj Ruler. You're still only an apprentice. You've got 18 months to go. You're at a double here at Eagle Farm, including Grey Colnick for Jimmy Atkins recently, then one for your old mate Simon Kerrs with Prince Bourbon last Saturday. So it's really been a good start to the year for you.
It certainly has, yes. I hope it keeps going.
Righto, Shane. Good luck to you.
Thanks very much.
Race 7 at Eagle Farm was a graduation stakes, a 1,200-metre event. The pre-post favourite was the top weight Hard Gift. But Roman Knight resuming from a spell, 11 to 4 to 9 to 4.
Avadana, a length and a half into Hoist Your Own, moving forward past Butterham Girl. Smooth as Satin getting back in the field. Magic Top up running about 5th. Hangzhou second, last Stains are last. 600 metres to go by G. The speed's a cracker. And the leader, oh my gosh, about 2 lengths in front of Roman Knight as they swing around the corner. In third place now is Avadana starting a run. Hard Gift is still there. Back along the rails is Soncore, followed by Herbaceous and then Magic Top, Butterham Girl, Hoist Your Own and Hangzhou to the outside. They've got 300 metres to go, and Roman Knight raced straight past Oh My Gosh. He's about a length in front. Roman Knight clear of Oh My Gosh. Herbaceous running on fairly well. Butterham Girl, Hoist Your Own down the outside, but it's all Roman Knight with 100 metres to go. He's nicely clear. Hoist Your Own is starting to pick him up pretty quickly now. He's stopping Roman Knight. Hoist Your Own's flying on the outside. They hit the line. Oh, gee, it's tight. It's tight. Roman Knight may have just lasted. He walked the last little bit, and Hoist Your Own jumped up from nowhere. It's a photo finish. Roman Knight or Hoist Your Own, followed in by Herbaceous and Butterham Girl in a...
No doubt plenty of improvement in the winner, Roman Knight, but to Hoist Your Own, certainly the horse to follow. The winner was resuming from a spell as prepared by Evan Hartley. Evan has had a run of placings in recent weeks, but he broke the duck there. Cyril Small was a winning rider, and Roman Knight will be set for the Winter Carnival races. Race 8, the novice 1,300 metres, Aunt Jane and Buena Gold were the equal favourites.
700 metres left to go, and Mizzaloo the leader. There looks as though there's a fair bit of speed on. Mizzaloo just in front of Golden Tess as they run onto the bend. In third place, Ellendale Queen. Then Still a Secret, fourth on the inside. A length into Aunt Jane, who's midfield on the rails. Princess Jan, Buena Star pushed along a little bit at this stage, and then Who's Calling to the outside into the straight. 350 metres left to go. Golden Tess has gone to the lead from Mizzaloo. Still a Secret working back towards the inside, running on fairly well. Where's the favourite? Buena Star still about 4 lengths off the lead, and hard ridden. Who's Calling? Aunt Jane down the outside with Ellendale Queen. Plenty of chances. 150 metres to go. Golden Tess just in front. Who's Calling's raced up to them quickly on the outside. Aunt Jane going with Who's Calling, but Who's Calling in front, drawing clear close to home. She's too good. Who's Calling? She wins it by a length. Who's Calling first? Aunt Jane second. Tight for third. Ellendale Queen and Golden Tess, Buena Star and Princess Jan just behind them with Still a Secret. Next in Kaloon Vale, Mizzaloo.
And Premier Toowoomba trainer Jim Atkins may now decide to step Who's Calling up in distance. At the Gold Coast yesterday, there was a bad race smash. Stolen cash came to grief. Aboriginal rider Merv Marion is still in the PA hospital. He's still in the intensive care where he's in a fair condition. Now it's time for the trebles and doubles information for Eagle Farm. Yesterday, the treble 9, 4 and 3. Halison, Mr. Hunter and Roman Knight paid $50.20 and the double paid $17.90.
Minstrel's Joy, Rosanna True in third position, followed by Miss Lucy and then Spacelab on the outside from Cytogen. Minstrel's Joy dashes to a clear-cut lead at the 250. Spacelab coming after it, followed by Half a Favour kicking back on the inside, but Spacelab shot to the lead now. Half a Favour next. Gold Sabre running down the outside, but Spacelab is going to atone for an unlucky defeat last Saturday, and Spacelab on the line wins at a length and a quarter Gold Sabre. Third Half a Favour.
And Spacelab is trained on that track by Bede Horan and was ridden by Wayne Harris. Race 3, the 2-year-old filly's handicap, 1,100 metres. This is the rising star to whom Pat referred, Imposette, having her race debut, 3 barrier trials for 3 wins, including a 12-length runaway at a latest trial in December.
Up to the bend, and Imposette has gone further in front. She leads about 5 or 6 lengths now. Very wide out is La Panessa, followed by Heat at the moment, and then comes Melody Isle and Marvane. But in the straight past the Ledger enclosure, Dittman hands and heels on Imposette. She's about 6 in front from Heat at the moment. La Panessa on the outside under the whip, and Diamond Toes, a stablemate of Imposette, running a good race. But Imposette is absolutely toying with her rivals. She's about 8 clear on Heat at the moment. On the outside battling on was Diamond Toes, and then comes La Panessa, but Imposette allowed to run to the line under her own steam, wins it by 7 lengths to Heat of the moment. Diamond Toes third.
In winning, Imposette broke a 7-year-old race record previously standing to the credit of Joy Love. Mick Dittman described her as being equally as fast, if not better, than Quiet Little Drink at the same time last season. Imposette, the second crop of Imposing, was a $375,000 New Zealand yearling purchase. She's trained by Tommy Smith and she's being set for the Golden Slipper Stakes. If it was run tomorrow, she'd be the favourite. Race 4, the Taylor Square Handicap, 1,100 metres. Buena Gold was given the run of the race by Bruce Compton.
Noble Pier, Gios Andrios mighty planted. Mantelina dropping out of it, and then Kaida Hom and Dashing Vagabond. Around the corner they come, and the speedy Ben Gur in front, about 3/4 of a length to a length on El Murzo, followed by Real Dream. Buena Gold poking through on the inside but not getting much room, and then Lofty Bear and Coral Beach running to the 200 metres. Ben Gur in front, but the run's coming for Buena Gold now, and Buena Gold zips through that narrow opening and races away. Buena Gold clear of El Murzo and Real Dream, and Buena Gold is untroubled to win at a length and a half El Murzo. Real Dream third.
Buena Gold is prepared by the veteran mentor George Musson. He's now going to be set for the Challenge Stakes, in which he'll clash with the Golden Slipper star Inspired and his stablemate At Sea. Race 5, the 2,000 metre Festival of Sydney Handicap, Harvey's Joy and Tulsa Night were favourites in a wide betting race.
Followed by Bungabi to the outside as they commence the run around the corner, and the widest runner is Harvey's Joy, conspicuous with his 4 white legs and his white face. In the stretch they come, and it's Gallinell showing the way. He's giving plenty of cheek, Gallinell. He's a length and a half on Tulsa Night, going after him quickly now, followed by Claim the Quest, and then Temerity. Experte is weaving clear, and the Cobb on the outside, but Tulsa Night goes to the lead in turn, grabbed by Experte. Tulsa Night, Experte go to the line, and Experte's done too well. Experte beat Tulsa Night, then Claim the Quest, and Reuters News.
The more they win, the better the price. It certainly applied with Experte. 3 out of his last 3 starts ridden by young Smith-based apprentice Michael Provato. Experte was brought back in distance from 2,400 metres to the mile and a quarter or 2,000 metres and was most impressive and will probably win feature events over that distance. Race 6, the 2-year-old Colson Geldings Handicap, 1,100 metres. Palomino Star with the unraced odds-on favourite by Kahana Star, a stablemate of Imposette.
Come after the leader. He made the bend a bit awkwardly too. Timothy 3 deep, and then Cumberland Oval, followed on the outside by Flying Gypsy. Now in the stretch at the 300, Palomino Star quickly raced up to Iron Grip and takes a narrow lead. Timothy boxing on the outside, clear of Cumberland Oval and Flying Gypsy. Palomino Star's in front. Dittman hands and heels. He's got the measure of Iron Grip and Timothy on the outside, and Palomino Star's a little green, but he's starting to race truly now, and he's coming away, and to the line goes Palomino Star to win it by a length and 3/4 to Timothy. Ahead away third, Iron Grip.
And Palomino Star ran a race record, but it was a half-second slower than the time recorded earlier in the day by Imposette. What a strong hand Smith has in the Golden Slipper with the likes of Palomino Star and Imposette also take your pardon. The winner was a $42,000 yearling purchase. He's owned by leading Singapore trainer Ivan Allen, and he was ridden yesterday by Mick Dittman. Race 7, the Welter Handicap, 1,500 metres. Barabali and Boscafella were favourites in this big field.
After Wonder McCluskey and Boscafella, and the others are headed by Sky Treasure and Unquote. They swing the bend, and the leader is Moskeel. He's hanging. Plenty of room for Barabali to get up on the inner. Northern Reward on the outside makes a line of 3, and then Like a Lunch, Wholesale Boom, Luskin Flight, and the others headed by McCluskey. Barabali is now joined and headed off by Northern Reward, and Northern Reward's a half length on Barabali and a good gap Moskeel and Like a Lunch, but Northern Reward, the top weight, is streaking right away, and Northern Reward to the line, 2 lengths to the good of Barabali. Third was Like a Lunch.
Northern Reward is prepared by Neville Begg, appreciated the allowance of young 17-year-old rider Darren Wallace on Northern Reward, who has been a bit of a gay deceiver. Race 8, the 3-year-old fillies, the lucky last, 1,200 metres. Irish Humour was ridden back off the pace, was favourite along with Luskin Bell.
Sheko and Belchiog from Prime Rose, and last is Wonder Miller. Around the corner and Balancia, the rider's lost the cloth part of his cap. It's just in front of Rassel Dassel. Sound Susie going to the inside from Diplomatic Express. Then Luskin Bell and Sheko. Rassel Dassel almost joined by Sound Susie. On the outside, Balancia starting to feel the strain. And then Sheko pretty wide out from Luskin Bell, but it's Sound Susie right up against the inside, just in front of Rassel Dassel. Then Diplomatic Express, but it's Compton riding hard on Sound Susie. And the rails is certainly the shortest way to the line, and Compton proves it again on Sound Susie, who's beaten Rassel Dassel and Diplomatic Express.
Sound Susie, trained at Rose Hill by Paul Sutherland. What a season he's been having, Sutherland, as by sound reason the sire of last week's Doomben winner, Prince Bourbon, and gave Bruce Compton, a former Kiwi jockey, the second leg of a winning double. Before we have a look at the doubles and trebles, the Sydney yearling sales concluded late last week, and what a great success story they were. One lot bringing $260,000 and the average price $22,000. It certainly leads the way to Queensland having similarly good sales. The Primax sale on the 3rd and 4th of March at the Brisbane Exhibition Grounds, and the week of sales activity from Elders Pastoral, that Gold Nugget sales week coming up starting March the 23rd. Now it's time for a look at the doubles and trebles. The treble at Rose Hill, 2 Buena Gold, 10 Exparte and 1 Northern Reward, $663.30. The double of Exparte and Northern Reward, $176.50. The extra double, the 2 sixes, the pair of sixes, Palomino Star and Sound Susie returned $23.80, and that was racing at Rose Hill yesterday.
Thanks, Marshall, and well.
Glenn Palmer.
Further back is Zirconium as they swung to the corner from Strange Twist, and the stablemates together at the rear are, as they turn for Homo, Cool, and back with it as they straighten up Mighty Dom. Down by the 400, Seeger, he's got to get to work on it. He's been joined by Valiant Blade, but he's still got something there, I think. Searo's Boy getting up on the fence, and then Propeller. Seeger, the leader, with 200 to go, starts to draw away as Gauchi waves the whip at him now, and Seeger starting to draw away from Searo's Boy, who's sticking on pretty well, and then Propeller running home. But as they go to the line, Seeger's won at about 2.5 lengths. Second placing to Searo's Boy. Third will be Propeller.
Seeger is a brilliant youngster. He took 57.9 to run the 1,000 metres there. He was a $30,000 purchase at the Adelaide Sales, the Abcos Adelaide Sales, starting on February the 2nd this year. He's very closely related, a half-brother, in fact, to King Zavada, who stands for Harold Cook at Biddiston Downs at Oakey on the Darling Downs. And King Zavada, ironically, is the sire of Red Zavada, who was scratched from the race won by Seeger yesterday. So there's a little something for Trivial Pursuit. Race 2, the 3-year-old handicap, 1,600 metres. Shot and Ty Rouge, who raced fiercely, with the favourites.
Mr. Mint led them into the straight, made the turn badly, a length or so to Quite and Silver Cavalier. 2 lengths further back, Shot pulled to the outside from Sea-Jet, then Ty Rouge taken out wide and Jurisdiction struggling. Silver Cavalier got to the front, 150 to go from Mr. Mint, but coming at them quickly, Shot the outside and then Ty Rouge. Shot went to the lead, 150 to go from Silver Cavalier, and in the run home, Shot finishing too strongly, wins by about a half length to Silver Cavalier. Mr. Mint lasted for third.
Shot was handled by in-form young apprentice Rodney Griffiths for ace trainer Bart Cummings. Race 3, the 2-year-old fillies, handicap 1,000 metres. Flight Judge and Sheer Courage were co-favourites at 6 to 4.
Now in the lead is Sheer Courage, and Flight Judge is up only a length behind them, third. Then Lane's Bell, and they were followed further back in the field by Rose of Tilly, trying to get up on the inside of Enriched, and back behind them is Camelot Gleam and Pearl Relic. Sheer Courage, the leader, into the straight. Got a length and a half to 2 lengths to Windstar Girl. Flight Judge is behind them on the outside. He's had to go for the whip on it. Then Lane's Bell battling on. It's coming with a fair run. It's Sheer Courage at the 200, 2 lengths to Lane's Bell, and Flight Judge struggling on the outside. They're followed by Concerted Gleam. 100 to go. Flight Judge coming over the top of them now. Grabs Sheer Courage, ducks in, tightens them up, but Straighten goes on and wins. Flight Judge a little over a length, I'd say, at the finish. Sheer Courage probably second, and nose in front of Lane's Bell.
And Flight Judge was the second juvenile winner for Jim Kennedy, who reckons this filly will now be spelled and will come back as a definite Oaks prospect. She's by the judge, a former top sprinting star. Race 4, the 3-year-old fillies handicap, a race in 2, the betting board said, Winged, Keel and El Sari.
And one's Celebrity Reports run right off the track. Into the straight, Rip and Run in front, a length and a half. El Sari on the outside, looks to be going very well. It's got Winged Keel in a pocket on the fence. Cool Rose and Boletto now down the outside, and they're followed by Coals of Fire, Rocky Report, but El Elsa Ree went to the lead with 200 to go, drew about a half length. On the outside, coming out after it now is Elsa Ree. Wing Report, Wing Keel and Elsa Ree. Wing Keel just in front. Elsa Ree's getting it on the outside, however, and Wing Keel is going to just score from Elsa Ree. Third placing, Boletto.
Wing Keel started her racing career in Perth. She was very badly singed in the Ash Wednesday fires and survived a tragedy there. She's quite well named, being by the leading sire, Royal Yacht. Race 5, the Malua Handicap, 2,100 metres, and here Cosmic City and Millawar were the co-favourites.
Straightening for home, 3 in line. Sleepy Jim, Educate and Millawar, a length and a half now to Maintenon, going up fourth from Cosmic City. Value on the inside, and they're followed further back by Brumblebee and Diatric. Sleepy Jim in front at the 300, kicked a half length to Millawar. Maintenon on the outside. Educate. Value can't get out from Cosmic City. It's Millawar getting to the lead, but Maintenon's grabbed it with 100 to go there together. Maintenon on the outside doing a little bit the better. Cosmic City starting to flash home, but Maintenon's going to win it about a length to Cosmic City. Millawar got third.
4 out of the first 5 winners to Darren Gauci. The winner is trained by Ernie Bloomfield, who prepared Ikea first up to win in Victoria last week. The winner is now going to be set for the Hobart Cup next month, and probably indications are that he'll get the distance, because the Grand Dam is a half-sister to Melbourne Cup runner-up Alsop, who finished second to Rain Lover. Race 6, the Welter 1,400 metres, Cindy Harbour and Never Late, the co-favourites.
In front, Royal Steel, the rider's very confident, having a look around as he goes up to the leader. 2 lengths to Howitzer, called on for its effort now and then. Never Late being hard-ridden. Royal Steel got to the lead. On the outside, Howitzer and Never Late, but Royal Steel's broken about 2 lengths in front. He's stolen the break. Never Late trying hard with Howitzer, but Royal Steel's going to be too good, and Royal Steel goes down to win a length and a half. Never Late. Third placing has gone to Howitzer.
And Royal Steel appreciated Len Morn's 1.5 kilo allowance, was back for some good wages late in betting from 16 to 1 into 15s. Race 7, the Chatham Handicap, 1,200 metres. West Mayo was the favourite.
To Paname, looking for a run from Mukai, has gone right off the track, and then Luskin Road. On the turn into the straight, Supreme Spring, West Mayo joining it and check the deck the rails. They're 2 lengths in front of Longwood Lad, Mazorski. Bullion Broker trying to thread its way through the field, and Paname pulled to the outside. West Mayo took a narrow lead. He's hard at work on it. Mazorski going for a rails run, and Bullion Broker getting out in the shadows of the post. West Mayo took the lead on the rails. Mazorski and Bullion Broker in the centre, flashing at them. West Mayo in front. Bullion Broker's doing better than it on the line, and Bullion Broker's won it. About a neck to Mazorski and a half head to West Mayo third.
The betting boards told the tale. Bullion Broker first up from a spell, 14 to 1 to 8 to 1, and continued a successful association between veteran rider Pat Hyland and trainer Kevin Curtin. Race 8, the lucky last, the mare's handicap, 1,600 metres. Brahm's Lullaby, the fave.
As they head for home, Gauci trying to make it 5, kicked away a length on Bev Rose. Brahm's Lullaby to the outside. They're well in front of Emelinsky, and then Cindy Venture, followed by Fiery Diamond, Shari Ruler, Comarina. Bev Rose clear, but Brahm's Lullaby's coming home very sweet on the outside. Bev Rose at the 200, joined by Brahm's Lullaby. Brahm's Lullaby went to the lead. Bev Rose is battling on in second place, and they were followed further back, Cindy Venture, Crepe Princess, but Brahm's Lullaby wins by about 3 lengths to Bev Rose. Cindy Venture has run third.
Brahm's Lullaby was trained by Colin Hayes, and young rider Michael Clark used his whip as though it were a conductor's baton to win with Brahm's Lullaby, and in so doing annulled any chances Darren Gauci would have of 5 winners. Gauci, of course, rode the runner-up Bev Rose. Before the doubles and trebles from Melbourne yesterday, news from South Australia at Cheltenham yesterday, a young apprentice, David Manifold, the leader of the apprentices' point score over there, fractured a skull in a race fall. We hope that David is on the comeback trail before much too longer. And news from overseas is that Strawberry Road will have 2 more starts, 1 in France and 1 in England, before coming back to stand stud duty at Princess Farm in New South Wales. Now it's time for the Sandown doubles and trebles information. The treble, 3 Wing Keel, 10 Maintenon and 2 Brahm's Lullaby, paid $514.60, and the double there of 10 Maintenon, and I think you'll find Bullion Broker was the second leg winner, paid $150.30. The extra double of 8 Royal Steel and 2 Brahm's Lullaby paid $96.30. Please take note that the winner of the third leg of the treble and second leg of the double at Sandown yesterday was, of course, the plunge horse Bullion Broker. That's racing from Sandown yesterday.
And shortly a setback for Terry Butler.
Now Dujon taking strike.
Smashing that one through extra cover down towards the boundary there. I don't think you'll get it. That brings up the 250 for the West Indies.
Out for a week, but knowing how keen he is to get back into the saddle and continue
to hold his position as the premiership leader. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not back on Wednesday, but at this stage he's very doubtful for tomorrow. He's got a couple of stitches in his left knee after hitting the barrier in race 6, but he'd be pretty keen to get back, I think.
Get back and start it again.
Yes, well, he was successful in the opening event yesterday at Eagle Farm on the Gold Coast filly Roman Fantasy. She had a wide barrier, but she was quickly away. In second position to the home turn behind Come On Karen, and in the straight, Williams just had to give her a couple of cuts with the whip to keep her mind on the job, and it was a pretty impressive first-up performance by this filly. Sweet Piper battled on strongly for second, and Tingo Tango and John's Fancy, third and fourth respectively, I thought ran very well. But this is how the Gold Coast filly Roman Fantasy scored first up in the Governor Bligh 2-year-old maiden.
Trouble. They're racing now. Roman Fantasy and Tasket out wide begin very quickly. Come On Karen going fast with Western Dawn, Port Arrow. Lilla Flicker showing plenty of speed near the inside and driving through too as Melissa Von, and Heavenly Sands is showing plenty of dash with Tingo Tango. Sweet Piper drifting back to about midfield. Squirrella next on the outside, and then play that tune. Grand Cindy's getting well back. Over on the inside, Landers Field. John's Fancy is well back in the field as they come towards the home turn. Then Glameo Tand is a long way back, about third last with Bank With Me, and then Ghostly Dancer and Flowing Heart last of all. Come On Karen with a wing on every foot has raced right away from them. She's about a length and a half clear. Roman Fantasy has now popped the big question, and she's coming out after Come On Karen. In third place, Sweet Piper down the outside with Lilla Flicker, but it's Roman Fantasy. She kicked away from them, 200 metres to go. It looks as though she's got it won, although she's starting to feel the pinch a little bit now. William snuck a look over the shoulder. Here's Sweet Piper. She's finishing gamely on the outside. Roman Fantasy in front. Yes, she's fighting on. She's going to be too good for them. Roman Fantasy first. Roman Fantasy has beaten Sweet Piper. Tingo Tango finished third.
Second event was the Sydney Cove Handicap, and it was a wipeout for punters with the poor performances by the favourite Secret Bay and also the second-elect Mr Hunter, who finished at the tail of the field. He started 4-1. Both horses were sent to be swabbed and had to undergo veterinary examinations. An inquiry was opened into the performances of both horses, and it's been adjourned until the swab results are known. But the race went to Gavin Duffy and Hondomatic, starting at 12-1, had the bookies cheering. Hondomatic produced something of his old form to run on very strongly in the straight and wear down Clever Me. Manor Born, who loomed up to take the lead at the home turn, was a fading third.
The winning post the first time, heading for the turn out of the straight. Manor Born, the leader. He's about a neck in front. Mr Hunter running second. Lady Ivel third on the inside of the favourite Secret Bay. There's Clever Me going up quickly on the outside. He's ranging up outside of the leaders. He might be going to let him slide to the front. Hondomatic getting back to second last, bucking Rip at the rear. Heading up towards the 1600 now. There looks as though there's a bit of speed on, and Clever Me is rolling on to the top as they run past the 1600. It's Clever Me by a couple of lengths. In second place, Manor Born, a half length away. Third is Mr Hunter. Then Secret Bay on the outside of Lady Ivel. 3 lengths further back, Hondomatic, and bucking Rip is last of all. Clever Me are being allowed to run along today, and at the 1400 metre mark, he's nicely clear. Clever Me about 3 lengths in front. Manor Born running second. Now, Simons didn't want to allow Clever Me to get too far in front of him. He's starting to wind up the favourite. He's moved up into third place now. He's about 4 lengths from the lead. Mr Hunter seemed to lose his position there. He dropped back. He's on the outside of Lady Ivel, and then bucking Rip and Hondomatic at the rear. 1,000 metres left to go. Clever Me giving a bit of a breather out in front now. Leads by a length and a half. Manor Born second. A length and a half away third. Secret Bay racing on the outside of Lady Ivel. Then Mr Hunter. Bucking Rip starting a run. Hondomatic's last on the inside. 850 metres left to go. Clever Me about a neck in front of Manor Born, who's moving up quickly to apply the pressure on the outside. They're 3 lengths in front of Lady Ivel, and then Secret Bay fourth on the outside. Then bucking Rip. Hondomatic pushed along a little bit on the rails, and Mr Hunter, he's dropped out last, and he's hard ridden as they come to the home turn. 450 metres left to go, and Manor Born has swept to the lead. Manor Born kicked away from Clever Me as they straighten up. He's about a length in front. In third place is Lady Ivel. Secret Bay now popped the big question, starting a run. Hondomatic running on fairly well. 300 metres left to go. Manor Born the leader. He's about a length in front. Clever Me just hit the running rail there. He bumped off the running rail. Hondomatic on the outside, looming as a real threat to these leaders. Secret Bay can't win. Hondomatic loomed up on the outside. Clever Me's kicked again on the rails. It's Hondomatic just in front and hard ridden by Duffy at the end. He's too good, Hondomatic, and Hondomatic goes away to win it by a length. Hondomatic first, Clever Me second, Manor Born third.
Well, punters were back on the ropes after the second event, and their luck continued, their bad luck rather, continued with the defeat of Monistar at 2-1 in the third event for the fillies and mares novice. Went to Ima Finito, well ridden by Gus Philpott and well turned out by young trainer Tommy Dawson Jr. Ima Finito defeated Still a Secret and Golden Tess, who led, battled on well for third. Buena Star, the grey, is actually in the leading division at this stage in greenish colours. She drops back to take a sit just behind the speed, but was beaten a long way out.
Caught out deep on the track is Golden Tess, drifting back as Zabira with Atlanta Lass, Enfield Princess, Princess Jan and Blue Water Girl immediately drops to the rear. There's no speed on, just short of 1,000 to go. Golden Tess is moving up fast on the outside, running to the lead now, about a length in front of Ima Finito, and Still a Secret, 3/4 of a length away third, then Kahana Bay on the inside, followed by Allendale Queen and then Miss Teven. Buena Star's drifted back worse than midfield, and she's pushed along. In fact, Harris has gone for the whip on her. She's hard ridden as they come down the side. She's passed by Atlanta Lass and then Princess Jan, Abira and Enfield Princess running onto the home turn, 450 metres to go. Golden Tess just in front of Ima Finito and Still a Secret on the outside. Kahana Bay fourth on the rails, and then Allendale Queen, Miss Teven, Atlanta Lass. Buena Star giving the leaders about 5 lengths start. You wouldn't like to be on a Buena Star. They've got 250 metres to go, and Ima Finito loomed up pretty quickly on the outside to take the lead. It's Ima Finito just in front of Golden Tess, Still a Secret, and then Kahana Bay, Enfield Princess making up ground out wide, but it's Ima Finito in front with 50 metres to go. She looks as though she's got it won. Yeah, she's about a length and a half in front of Still a Secret and Golden Tess, and Ima Finito too good in the run to the line, scores by a length and a half. Still a Secret got second, Golden Tess third.
Not a bad effort by the fourth place getter Atlanta Lass. I think she's going to be better suited over a longer distance than 1,200 metres. Fourth event was the Francis Greenway Maiden, 2,100 metres, and Purple Inn, who's been much maligned in his brief career, certainly showed his true form yesterday. He was given every chance early by Graham Watson, and he was very impressive the way he stretched out in the straight. He went on to score by 5 lengths, and while the opposition wasn't strong, it was an effort that indicated Purple Inn can go on and score in better company.
Gotha Street trapped out a bit wide. Disco Fun about 5 deep going to the turn out of the straight. Trapper making up ground along the inside going to midfield. Glorious Crown is trapped right off the track, and rather than sit out there, he's sliding up towards the leading bunch. Getting well back is Purple Inn. He's third last to the inside of Our Friend Elf. Well back in the field is Norfolk Blaze, and Red Bijou is last. They run towards the back now, 1,400 metres left to go on the leader Corinthian. There's no speed on. He's going a bit keenly in front. He leads by a head. Disco Fun running second, 2 lengths away. Third on the inside is Hitzing. A neck back fourth then to Norfolk Pine, followed by Small Request on the inside of Leora, who's sixth, and Glorious Crown seventh, but trapped wide. Another length and a half to Gotha Street, and then Sean Avon, Trapper back along the rails, and then Purple in Our Friend Elf. There's Norfolk Blaze taking off with a burst right around the field. He's going up to about midfield now, and Red Bijou is last. 1,000 metres left to go. Corinthian the leader. They're starting to pack up a little bit. He leads by a length. Disco Fun second. Hitzing is a neck away third on the inside, followed by Norfolk Blaze, who's continued that burst right around the field. He's gone from second last up to be running about third as they come down the side. Glorious Crown is going with him over on the inside. Small Request and then Leora, followed by Norfolk Pine and then Gotha Street. Purple Inn picking up ground in between horses. Starting a run on the outside is Sean Avon and then Trapper, Red Bijou and Our Friend Elf. IG they have packed up as they run onto the home turn. They've got about 450 metres to go, and Hitzing sprinted to the lead now. It's Hitzing about a length in front. Leora's running on strongly on the outside, and Purple Inn's got a beautiful run in between horses, and he's looming up on the outside of them to tackle for the lead. Small Request just behind them. Then Sean Avon and Norfolk Pine on the outside. Purple Inn, he's taken the lead. 250 metres to go. He skipped away from them. It looks as though he's going to break through today. Oh, yes, he's racing right away from them, Purple Inn. He's 3 lengths in front. He's 4 lengths in front, and he's going to bolt in. Purple Inn about 5 lengths clear of Hitzing, Small Request and Leora, but it's an easy one for Purple Inn, and Purple Inn wins it by 5 lengths. Hitzing second, Small Request third.
There was a gem of a ride by young Watson there. Purple Inn well back to about the 800 metres. Watson didn't panic. He bided his time and threaded his way through between runners to almost join the leaders at the home turn without covering ground, and Purple Inn did the rest in the straight. Good performance. They were the first 4 from Eagle Farm. We'll take a break now and come back and look at the remainder of the program. Race 5 in our Eagle Farm review. It was the main event, the Governor Phillip flying over 1,000 metres, and it went to Sparkle Free with a flyweight of 46 kilos. She ran very fast time. Keep an eye on the runner-up Todd Minor and Brilliant Beauty, came from near the rear of the field.
Flying through in the centre, going to the lead. Settling about 5th is Prince Vol, followed by Curie on the inside of Brilliant Beauty. Fiery Embers is getting well back with Gypsy Circle, and Prince Frolic has dropped to the rear with Todd Minor, who's second last. As they run to the home turn now, 600 metres to go. Champagne Kate a length in front, some units second. second. Sparkle Free third. Founders fourth on the outside. Then Prince Vol, followed by Fiery Embers. Gypsy Circle starting around on the outside of Brilliant Beauty. Curie on the rails, and then Todd Minor and Prince Frolic still at the rear, about 10 lengths off the lead. 300 metres left to go. Champagne Kate is nicely clear. She's a length and a half in front. Sparkle Free in second place. Founders on the outside, starting to pick up ground, and then some unit. Champagne Kate just in front. Sparkle Free is flying up along the inside, and Sparkle Free has now taken the lead from Champagne Kate. Then Founders, and down the outside, Brilliant Beauty. Todd Minor making up ground, but it's Sparkle Free in front. They hit the line. Sparkle Free first. Sparkle Free has beaten Todd Minor, who flew, and Brilliant Beauty charged home at the end.
Sparkle Free under 46 kilos, clocking 57.9, so it made it very hard for the back markers, but we'll show you now the slow motion, the final 200 metres, and you'll notice Todd Minor in the red colours and Brilliant Beauty out wide. Unfortunately, we won't be able to bring that to you quite yet. In fact, we might go on to race 6, which is the Governor Hunter 2-year-old maiden. It was won by Roro and landed a colossal plunge. He's a Cowroo Star youngster. He looks full of promise. He had a wide barrier. Cyril Small started him up. You'll notice he's the horse in the yellow colours and the blinkers, and he cruises across the face of the field to lead comfortably, and he was never seriously threatened. I thought Nebraska Nick did a good job to finish second at his first start after a break.
Running second, Kahana Bay third. Nebraska Nick has gone to fourth on the outside, and then Trismar's Silvery Whisper. A couple of lengths then to Extra Grand, getting well back. Buster's Mistake. Horton next on the inside, just copped a bit of a check there. Passed by Our Value, and then Ironbark Man on the outside, Distancia, and at the rear of the field is Wide Range as they come down the side. 600 metres left to go, and it's all Roro at the moment. Roro comes around the corner. He's about 3 lengths in front of Roman Artist, who's pushed along. Kahana Bay is third on the inside, and then Nebraska Nick. Trismo next on the rails, and then Extra Grand, followed by Silvery Whisper. 300 metres to go. Roro nicely clear, 4 lengths in front of Roman Artist. Kahana Bay's under the whip in third place, then Nebraska Nick, Extra Grand, and Trismo and Buster's Mistake. But with 150 metres to go, Roro's nicely clear. He looks as though he's got it one to the world. Given a couple of smacks with a whip, he's about 3 lengths in front of Roman Artist and Nebraska Nick. Roro in front, getting close to home. He's getting pretty tired, but he's got too big a break up his sleeve, and he wins it by 2 lengths. Roro first, second Nebraska Nick, and third Roman Artist.
Yes, he was getting a bit tired, but so were the opposition. Very good performance first up there by Roro. 7th event was the graduation, and Roman Knight, under 55.5 kilos, was able to score impressively in a performance which suggests that he's going to have no trouble making the grade to open company. Budrum Girl battled on well for second, and a Gleam third, who entered a protest to Gleam, but against the winner, Roman Knight, was quickly dismissed.
Going quickly on the outside. Soncourt trapped off the track, drifting back. Taj Ruler, Budrum Girl getting back to about 4th last on the inside of Mr. Lastica. Chief Warriors well back in the field, and down at the rear is Montpellier Prince on the outside of Definite Copywriters. They slip down the side. 700 metres left to go. Wyshade Myth the outside, and Ring of Melody. They're vying for the lead, about 2 in front. Roman Knight beautifully positioned third on the inside of Common Man. Another 2 lengths to Lord Reese. A Gleam running about 6th on the inside, followed by Budrum Girl, Soncourt, Taj Ruler to the outside. Then Mr. Lastica, Chief Warrior, Definite Copyright. Montpellier Prince is last in the straight now. 300 metres to go. Ring of Melody still the leader, about a half length in front of Wyshade Myth, and now Roman Knight popped the big question on the outside. He's finishing gamely. Roman Knight, he's going out after Ring of Melody, who's showing plenty of fight. Budrum Girl down the outside is storming home now, and then a Gleam. Roman Knight in front. Budrum Girl is overhauling him on the outside. Roman Knight in front. He almost fell. He's about a half length in front. He's won it. A Gleam flew through at the end as well. Roman Knight first. Roman Knight has won it from either Budrum Girl or a Gleam. He dipped badly about...
Yes, Roman Knight did put in a rough stride there, about 20 metres from the post, but fortunately he recovered very quickly and scored decisively. The final event was the Colony Maiden Handicap for the fillies and mares, and it went to Lady Trismar on protest. You'll notice it gets very tight over the final 200 metres. Poetic Star on the inside fights back strongly after being headed by Lady Trismar, but stewards ruled that Poetic Star had moved out and hampered Lady Trismar and awarded that filly the race.
Very deep. Rundle Princess drifting back in the early part. Over on the inside is Sister Sophia, and then Risque Lady. Well back is Andy Laurie, and Sky Sheen is last. Coming down the side, 750 metres to go. Poetic Star, she's gone fast, and she's taken the lead now. It's Poetic Star about a length and a half in front. Lady Solicitor running second. Lady Trismar a length and a half away third on the outside of Bon Volant. A length then to Elytra, who's still out a bit wide, racing on the outside of Elcom Lass, and then Scarlet Fury, Definite Swinger, Rundle Princess. Starting around Andy Laurie on the outside of Quatari, Risque Lady, Sky Sheen in well back with Sister Sophia. Into the straight now. Poetic Star nicely clear. She's about a length in front of Lady Solicitor and Lady Trismar on the outside, running on strongly. Then a light Elcom Lass and Bon Volant. Lady Trismar loomed up on the outside of Poetic Star. They've got 150 to go. Poetic Star's hanging out badly. It's Poetic Star and Lady Trismar, with Lady Trismar just in front of Poetic Star. Lady Trismar and Poetic Star, they're going to the line locked together. Poetic Star's doing just a little bit better on the inside, and she's won it by a half head. Poetic Star first, Lady Trismar second. 4 lengths away third will be Elytra, then Elcom Lass.
Lady Trismar awarded the race on protest and giving young trainer Simon Kerrs a healthy kick along in his new position as private trainer to Racing Minister Russ Hinds. A look now at the double and treble information from Eagle Farm yesterday. The double numbers 11 and 2, $56.30, and the treble combination 11, 11 and 2, paid $258.20. Above everything at Randwick yesterday. It looks as though he can sweep all before him this autumn. Ron Quinton was very confident from the 600 metres. Just had to ease across the pacemaker's heels at the 200 metres, and boy, did at sea put the issue quickly beyond doubt. But more of that later. The first event went to Mick Dittman on Rebel Fire. Rebel Fire starting at 9 to 1, landed some solid bets. You'll notice Dittman switched back to the inside halfway down the straight, and Rebel Fire really cruised away from the opposition to defeat Wineglass, who battled on strongly, and Belmont Miss holding down third. That's Rebel Fire going for the inside now, with Dittman going for the whip.
Belmont Miss is headed off by Rebel Fire. Hussar Show and Spies down the outside, but Rebel Fire has kicked away with 100 to run. It's clear of Belmont Miss. Hussar Show. Wineglass is running on. It'll get second, but Rebel Fire has blitzed them. Rebel Fire by 3 lengths to Wineglass. Belmont Miss third from Hussar Show.
Rebel Fire by a minute in the opening event. The second was the Cypress Handicap, and another rails-hugging ride here, this time from Kevin Moses to score on Kahana Bay. Just had to come around one runner after straightening, then switch back to the inside and drill away to defeat Something Burning and Spacelab.
Minstrel's Joy behind those from Counters Daisy, and here's Snuffed Out joining issue quickly as they top the rise. Getting to the lead, Comet Dancer from Border Raid, Something Burning. Snuffed Out is starting to battle on, and Kahana Bay's looking for an inside passage, and down the outside is Spacelab. Something Burning went to the lead from Kahana Bay. Snuffed Out is struggling. Spacelab is out Vite. Something Burning in front. Kahana Bay getting to it from Spacelab and Snuffed Out. Kahana Bay put its head in front of Something Burning, and Kahana Bay is too good. Kahana Bay by a half to Something Burning, and Spacelab ran third from Snuffed Out.
Ron Quinton landed the first of a winning treble in the next, the Sledmere Handicap, when he got up in the last possible stride to score on Swelegant, defeating Mel Shoemaker on Buster's Pride. You'll notice Buster's Pride kicked clear just about the 200 metres, but Swelegant in the red colours in fourth place at this time. Quinton wheels the whip in devastating style to just lift that youngster home by a half head.
And Golden Silhouette on the bend, and they've got past Swelegant. Buster's Pride raced a length and a half on Debate, and Swelegant still there. On the outside, Nature Splendor is joining in, and further out, Prima Ballerina over the rise, and the leader, Buster's Pride. Swelegant getting to it. Nature Splendor under the whip. Debate dropping out, and on the inside, Bella Lauren is coming hard. Buster's Pride in front of Swelegant. Nature's Pride, Splendor on the outside. Swelegant and Buster's Pride. Buster's Pride just in front with 50 to run. Swelegant getting it. Swelegant and Buster's Pride hit the line. It's nearly a dead heat. Give it to Swelegant. Give it to Swelegant by a nose to Buster's Pride, and a neck away third on the outside. Nature's Splendor.
Should have been a Swelegant elegant party after that victory by Swelegant. Then came the Challenge Stakes and At Sea. What a great 3-year-old prospect this is. Quinton had to earn his riding fee on Swelegant, but he had an armchair ride here to score on At Sea, who's parked behind the pacemakers at this stage in about 5th place, cramped for room. But once he sees daylight in the straight, he sweeps away to defeat Feeling Fit, Real Dream and Inspired, a stablemate of the winner in yellow colours, not disgraced to finish fourth.
Was Rosebrook and Lowball Lass up the rise now, and Ravage in front. Feeling Fit issuing the challenge. Here comes Inspired. At Sea is trying to get out. Feeling Fit went to the lead. Inspired under the whip is trying to reach it. At Sea is getting through the centre. Feeling Fit in the lead. At Sea is cutting the lead back. At Sea is doing better than Feeling Fit, Ravage and Inspired, and it's At Sea for the money. At Sea coming away to win the challenge. At Sea by 2 lengths to Feeling Fit. Give it to Real Dream third, just in front of Inspired.
Another smart 3-year-old Futuristic was solidly back to land the 5th race. He started the favourite at 2 to 1 and did the job in fine style. He had a bit of a battle about the 100 metres to get past Alabama Bound, but then he just was a little too classy for that horse to score by 3/4 of a length. He makes his run down the centre of the track, Futuristic in the breastplate, and Alabama Bound, who's third at this stage, makes him really work.
A length away the outsiders, dress circle running on, and here's Futuristic starting to unwind at the top of the straight from My Son Gary. Gold Condor and Axiomatic tackled by Alabama Bound.
bound, but Futuristic's gathered in the three of them. They're clear of Dress Circle. It's Gold Condor fighting back. Futuristic, he's gone for the whip between them. Alabama Bound, Futuristic and Alabama Bound are going to fight it out from Gold Condor. Futuristic's got its head in front of Alabama Bound, and Futuristic's going to win the prize. Futuristic by a half-length, Alabama Bound. Gold Condor ran third.
Above average performance that by Futuristic. The sixth event was the welter handicap, and Quinton yet again to wrap up a winning treble to score here on Peaceful Joe. Hail and Shine and Peaceful Joe make their runs together from the 300 metres, and they had a great battle all the way to the line to only have a short head between them, and Mosgiel, the pacemaker, only a head away third in a great finish.
Slide, it's out a length and a half. Sky Treasure, Hail and Shine is sneaking along the inside. Peaceful Joe's looking for an out as they top the rise from Wee Dram, and down the outside is Star Parade. Over the rise, he's gone for Mosgiel. It's a length and a half in front. There's not a lot left. Here comes Peaceful Joe with Hail and Shine. Inside the 200, Mosgiel in front. Peaceful Joe and Hail and Shine are running it down. Mosgiel the leader. Peaceful Joe and Hail and Shine getting to it. Mosgiel, Peaceful Joe, Hail and Shine. Three of them locked the line together. And on the line, Peaceful Joe's bobbed and won the money. Peaceful Joe by a nose over Hail and Shine and a head off to
Quinton, who's got a great record in photo finishes, just coaxing Peaceful Joe home by a nose there. The seventh event went to Mick Dittman. Read all about it, who's been unlucky at recent starts. He made amends in devastating style yesterday. He's a grey in a race where there's plenty of grey gallopers. Actually, he's about 6th or 7th at this stage. You'll notice Dittman switched to the outside about the 300 metres, and Read all about it explodes away to defeat Oriental Crest and Cytogen.
Going backwards and at the rear now is News Flash, homeward bound, and Amur moves up with Cytogen to grab Sir Centurion. Wider on the course is French Tip. Folsom is being tightened up. Read all about it is going up very quickly over the rise. They were followed next in the field by Future Money and Oriental Quest, but getting away from them. Read all about it at the 200. It's shot clear. Going to second, Oriental Quest, followed by Amir, French Tip and Better Vibes running on, but Read all about it's dashed right away from Oriental Quest. Cytogen's coming again on the inside, but Read all about it wins by 2.5 lengths to, oh, by crikey, stop quickly. Oh, there was nearly a bad prang.
Race 8 was the festival welter over 1,800 metres, and punters who sent out Silver Award, the favourite at 2-1, really had their hearts in their mouths until the last bound when he lunged and caught Foreign Diplomat, who looked long odds on to score about the 100 metres, and Sir Eden, who's racing outside the leader at this stage, battles on very strongly to hold down third.
Being tackled by Sir Eden as they come around the bend, and they're 3 or 4 on the cob. They were followed by Luskin Flight, Ball of Fun, and on the outside of runners next was T-Biscuit, Princess Diana. Over the rise, and Sir Eden reached the lead. Guria's not done with 2 lengths away. The cob, Foreign Diplomat running on with Silver Award. Sir Eden inside the 200 reached a narrow lead. Guria's fighting back. Coming at them now quickly on the outsiders. Foreign Diplomat, he'll beat the lot of them. Foreign Diplomat race past Sir Eden. Silver Award is picking him up. Foreign Diplomat, Silver Award. Silver Award flew on the line and it's very tight. Foreign Diplomat or Silver Award, and there's nothing in this.
That's the delight of punters. Silver Award, the favourite, got the verdict there. And look now at the double and treble information from Randwick yesterday. 3 and 4 was the double numbers that you needed, $9.70 the dividend, and the treble, 12, 3 and 4, paid $21.10, while the extra double, 6 and 4, the favourite way, paid $10.80. That was the Randwick card yesterday. We'll take a break now at Sports Inn and return to have a look at the Caulfield meeting yesterday. Got off to a mixed start. Some big bets landed on Clear Lady when she firmed from 25s to 15s, but most punters put their faith in more fancied runners. But Clear Lady came from well back at the home turn in the red cap. She storms down the outside. A very impressive performance. Looks like she's a smart filly from the Colin Hayes stable. She came from about 10th at the home turn.
Normandy Bay, and then on the outside is Sweet Dream Lady. Bit of Graces in the centre, and then Queen's Advocate badly needing a run from Lane's Bell at the head of the others, Clear Lady. Round the turn they come. Flash Shot just the leader. Normandy Bay got a run through on the inside. Flash Shot the leader into the straight. He's had to go for the whip. Quiet Sensation tackling it quickly, and Camelot Gleam getting a run through in the centre from Come Tell, and then Queen's Advocate. Flash Shot still in front with 100 to go. However, Camelot Gleam's coming at it. Queen's Advocate and Clear on the outside is Clear Lady with a flashing run. Clear Lady might be going home the best. Clear Lady's won it. Narrowly from Camelot Gleam, Queen's Advocate, and Flash Shot finished up missing.
Centaurea, a very good filly in the spring, was sent to Perth for the summer carnival. She was very disappointing over there, but she obviously was affected by the heat because she bounced back to winning form yesterday in a very impressive performance. You'll notice her in the lime green colours, cruise up to the leaders coming to the home turn, and she was really much too classy in the straight. That's her just getting into third place now, travelling very easily, and she went on to defeat Call Me Judy and Winged Keel.
Then Wilga Girl locked in on the fence from the Lisco. Centaurea. On the turn they race, and Vite is just the leader from French Begum. Centaurea out wide. Keel badly needing a run as Centaurea swept to the lead into the straight. Shot 2 lengths clear now from Call Me Judy. Keel is struggling, and then Vite followed by Wilga Girl and Tristina from Naliska. But Centaurea's raced away. She's back to her best form today. And Centaurea goes on to win by 1.5 lengths to Call Me Judy. Keel third.
Very good performance there by the 3-year-old filly Centaurea. Now the third event, the first Mitchell Handicap, and another victory to the Colin Hayes stable with Smart Bid, who was a little easy in the betting to start 7-1, but he battled on very strongly in the straight to defeat Sapphire Lad and Martek of fading third.
Wide from Paternal Star of the Magi. Smart Bid now pulled about 6 or 7 wide into Gap Argent Blue. Into the straight, Lord Jubilee from Truman with Martek coming at them quickly on the outside. Sapphire Lad going for the rails run from Paternal, and Smart Bid starting to come home well. Martek got to the lead at the 200 now. From on the outside, Smart Bid, who's coming over the top of him with 100 to go. Smart Bid raced up to Martek, and Smart Bid's coming away in the run home. Smart Bid wins, second placing, very close, Martek or Sapphire Lad, who got held up till near the line.
Fourth event was the Captain Cook Handicap over 1,800 metres, and Silver Cavalier starting at 5-1. Responded pretty well to whip riding in the straight. Top rate, the runner-up looked some threat about 100 metres out. He was wearing the winner down over the final part, but never really looked like picking up Silver Cavalier. A long neck the margin at the finish.
Cavalier put its head in front of Digger's Lass. Holy Flame desperately ridden, and Top Rate's running on well. They're followed further back in the field by Flying Eskimo, but into the straight, and Silver Cavalier dashed clear now from Top Rate the outside. They were followed by Digger's Lass battling on, Holy Flame struggling, Flying Eskimo running on from Valiant Tradition, but Silver Cavalier in front with 100 to go from Top Rate, who's gradually getting to him, but Silver Cavalier still in front near the line, and he'll win it. Silver Cavalier a neck to Top Rate, third Flying Eskimo.
Then came the second Mitchell Handicap, and Jonasta, a stablemate of Centaurea, gave the Ross McDonald stable a winning double and landed some big bets to start at 4-1. He defeated the favourite Miner's Man. Miner's Man looked well beaten at the home turn, but he battled on strongly in the straight to go down by only a half length. Jonasta's the grey, who comes very wide at the home turn.
Out, Barton just in front. Miner's Man's being hard ridden. Port Tabor on the outside. Here's Jonasta making a run, and Greek Poet coming into it. Silver Pageant trying to get clear from Blazing Devil. Barton in front. Port Tabor, and now Jonasta the outside. Miner's Man the fence, and Great Poet. Silver Pageant's running on well. He's had his run blocked. Jonasta's got to the lead out wide from Miner's Man. Jonasta's in front with 50 to go. Jonasta's going to win the money from Miner's Man. Jonasta and next to Miner's Man. Port Tabor third.
Darren Gauci successful there on Jonasta, and he made it 2 races in succession when he scored on Vite, now in the Bob Hoysted stable. Vite led at the home turn. You'll notice him get the wobbles a little bit, just shifted off the track. He raced a little erratically in the straight, but he responded to defeat Base Fee by a length. Richburg battling on for third.
Taking Vite on. Sweet Willie just behind them from in the slot. Greenwich Pike very wide from Richborg going all right, and then Mirror Jack and Base Fee to the outside. In the straight, Reformed Rogue and Vite left the rails in the slot getting through. Richborg getting out after them now, but Vite in front of the 200, a clear leader. He's running erratically, but is about a half length in front of in the slot, and Richborg. Vite holding them at bay with 100 to go, and the little well-weighted grey is going to go on and score by about a length. Second, maybe Base Fee flashing home on the outside from either in the slot or Richborg.
Pretty handy win there by Vite, and another good ride by Darren Gauci. Seventh event, the Deacon Handicap, went to Maintenon, ridden by veteran jockey Bob Skelton. He comes with a well-timed run in the straight to defeat Warrawati and Arafos Indian, the 5-1 chance in third place.
Head for space, Maintenon out wide on the track, Arapaho Indian, Go Tiger Go, Maid of Lorraine, and then Niagara. Into the straight they race. Warrawati and the Incisor together, both under pressure, 2 lengths to Maid of Lorraine. Then head for space, Maintenon on the outside, followed by Arapaho Indian. The leaders are very weary. Warrawati is just in front, but grabbing it now, Maintenon from the Incisor and Arapaho Indian. Maintenon dashed to the lead and ridden out. Maintenon's coming away to win it well. Maintenon by 2 lengths to Warrawati, Arapaho Indian third.
Old Skelton proved that was no fluke. He bounced back in the next race to score on Ikea, who's a stablemate of that past winner. Ikea, who's been mixing his form a little bit of late, certainly was in dashing form yesterday. Cruised up to them at the home turn, and he went on to defeat Royal Steel by a length and a quarter.
Ikea the outside hanging a little, a length to Longwood Lad, Royal Steel, Merry Jest, and then Deed coming into the picture. Ikea just the leader. Todd Wilkes battling on over on the inside. They turn together. Ikea just in front. Royal Steel about to try and go between them from Longwood Lad. Ikea the leader. Todd Wilkes under the whip battling on, but Royal Steel's the danger coming through in the centre now. Royal Steel out after Ikea from Todd Wilkes' Deed, and there followed then further back Poachinella, but Ikea in front as they get near the line, and Ikea's going on to win. More than a length now to Royal Steel. Poachinella a great run third.
Not much joy for the punters there with Ikea at 10-1, but they certainly squared the ledger in the final event with Brahm's Lullaby starting even money. Always looked in command in the straight, but gee, in the last 50 metres, Brahm's Lullaby got very tired, and Comarina, and with a flashing finish to just fail, only a short head in it at the finish.
Lullaby being shaken up a length and a half away, and 2 to Miss Marcher going all right from Queen of Bass. Then Dainty Decree Chide Comarina making some ground. Sinful Cell at the head of the others. On the turn, 500 out, Bevrose and Nectar Pearl Queen, but he's pulled out 3 deep on Brahm's Lullaby to tackle the leaders now. 2 to Miss Marcher going all right, and 2 to Queen of Bass, and then Comarina from Chide. Brahm's Melody went to the lead on the outside. Brahm's Lullaby took over from Bevrose. Miss Marcher moving into 3rd placing, and Pearl Queen's beaten. Then Comarina, but Brahm's Lullaby starting to race away from them halfway down the straight. It's got it 1. In 2nd place is Bevrose, and they're followed on the outside by Comarina. But Brahm's Lullaby goes on to score, although Comarina flew home. Brahm's Lullaby won at a long head to Comarina. Bevrose 3rd.
Good performance there by the runner-up, Comarina. She might be one to follow. That was the Caulfield card yesterday. Looking at the double and treble information. And firstly, the double, 11 and 5, paid $74.60. The treble, 4, 11 and 5, $412.80 the dividend. And the extra double from Caulfield, 4 and 1, paid $17.50.